is my very first YouTube video. Woo! Why am I so nervous? Okay, so my name is Ikaneisha. A lot of people call me Nisha, but nowadays most people call me Ikaneisha, shockingly. So I am the owner and founder of the website called Jenks Fashionique. I have been in business for almost 2 years. I launched on July 2nd, 2017. I have been posting a lot of IGTV videos. So I ended up having a lot of people ask me if I was going to venture into YouTube. And I was like, no, you know, I have a lot of insecurities. I don't want to do it. But here I am. So super excited. Okay, so I'm going to let you all know who I am, how I got started with my boutique. It is only online. I do not have a brick and mortar. I do not want a brick and mortar. I don't want to pay no bills. So we're just gonna do online. So I'm gonna let you all know how I got started, what I do, what I sell, and also what my channel will be about. Alright, so be sure to subscribe to my channel. Woo! And also be sure to hit that notification bell so that way you will know when I post new videos. I'm going to try to post videos twice a week. We will see. But yes, twice a week, most likely Mondays and Thursdays, because weekends I'm normally at an event or a fashion show. Alright, so let's get started. So, back in 2015, it was around early 2015, I decided that I wanted to start a shoetique. And I am seriously obsessed with shoes. I mean, what woman isn't? But I mean, like, in a crazy way. Like, my house burned down in 2017. When my house burned down, a lot of people didn't just say, oh, I'm so sorry, this happened to you, you know, do you need anything, all this sort of stuff. Yeah, people said that. But one of the first things people said, because of me and my obsession with shoes, was, oh my God, all your shoes. It's kind of bad, but yeah. I had over 150 pairs of shoes when my house burned down, and I also have an obsession with denim, like jeans. I had like 99 pairs of jeans when my house burned down. I also had, at the time I was working at Victoria's Secret, I was a store manager, and my, right before that, anyway, sorry. And I ended up losing, I think at the time I had like 115 bras, something like that. So I lost a lot of stuff, but I digress. It's not about that. So anyway, shoetique. I wanted to start a shoetique. I was like, why not? I love fashion, but I especially love shoes. I know business. I have been working in retail for, at the time, for 7 or 8 years. Every position I've ever had has been management. So I was like, yeah, I can do this. So I started off, made an Instagram page, ordered inventory, all of that stuff, and I failed. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just made an Instagram page. I hadn't even been on Instagram like that. I had a personal Instagram page, but I rarely got on it, so I didn't know much about it. But yeah, I made an Instagram page, which is actually my Jenks Fashionique page. I just changed it up once I started with my online boutique. I got a little bit of traction. I had a little bit of a, you know, started getting a teeny bit of a following, but it really was not my time. It was not the right time for me to do it. I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know much about social media. It was a lot. And then plus I didn't even have a website. I just thought I was going to sell off Instagram, and that was it. So long story short, I just ended up putting all of my inventory on clearance. I kept the ones that I could fit, gave away some, and then I just washed my hands of it. I was like, I would just stick to retail and not even worry about having my own business. It obviously is not for me. So fast forward, June 26th. Ooh, my husband's gonna get me. June 25th, 2016, I got married. Don't tell my husband I messed up our wedding date. Okay, so June 25th, 2016, I got married to the love of my life. We ended up going on our honeymoon literally 3 o'clock that next morning. We went to the Dominican Republic. We were there for 8 days, 7 nights, had an amazing time. Got back to my job, store manager of my local Victoria's Secret, and I got fired. a week after I got back from my honeymoon. So I'm devastated at this point. I've been in that job for almost 4 years. I loved it. I love what I did. I love the company, everything about it. So of course I entered into a depression. I was making quite a bit of money, especially with my bonuses, because I made sure that my store was one of the top stores in the company as well as the top store in the state. So I was getting a nice chunk of change. So we ended up losing that paycheck. It ended up causing, a rift in a new marriage. Like, we had just gotten married and now we're having to go through an obstacle already. Like, for richer, for poorer, poor can't quit, honey. Okay? It came quick. God won't plan. Okay, so July is when I got let go. I didn't get another job until mid-October. I won't name the company because it was horrible. Hated the company. Hated what it stood for. I ended up having to deal with racial discrimination. So in February of 2017, I ended up quitting before I ended up putting my hands on somebody who was above me due to an argument that we got into. So February 2017, we're back at square one. I have no job again. My husband was okay with me leaving that job due to what was going on. So I started trying to apply for jobs again. Nobody would hire me. It was horrible. I just could not understand why people wouldn't hire me. So fast forward from February 2017 to April 8th, 2017. We were at home. I'm going to start from here. The day before, which was April 7th, my husband and I were riding back from somewhere, running errands or something, I guess. And I let him know, like, hey, something keeps telling me to tell you to play our flight number from our honeymoon in the Pick 4 lottery. And he was like, I don't remember what that was, so how can I play it? So I told him what it was, and he ended up playing it. So April 8th, that afternoon, probably around 3 or so, he comes into the living room. He's dancing around and all over the living room. I'm like, okay, you're in my way. First of all, I'm trying to vacuum, trying to clean, and you're in my way. So he's dancing around. I'm like, what is wrong with you? What's going on? And he says, you know that number you told me to play? I was like, yeah. He was like, I played it like you told me to, and I just won $500. I was like, for real? So what we gonna do today? And he was like, well, let's see what the kids want to do. So he has 2 kids from a previous marriage. He's 4 years older than me, and they were at our house that day, or that weekend rather. So we also have a daughter. She's 7 right now, apple of my eye. And so they wanted to go to Dave & Buster's. So we got dressed. We were heading out to go to Dave & Buster's. And before we left, something told me to change my... So I changed from my cute little Michael Kors crossbody to a bigger Christian Siriano bag. It's probably about that big, about that tall. Nice, satchel. Then something told me to change my shoes because I always wear heels. I don't have any sneakers. Actually, take it back. I bought a pair of sneakers last week from Payless. Here they go. Whoop, whoop. But Payless is going out of business right now, so that's why I bought them. They were only like $20. I gotta get another pair because these are super comfortable. Anyway, so something told me to change my shoes, change out of heels. So I changed into some wedge sneakers that I have, and kept it moving. So we left our house at 5:42. Only reason I know is because whenever we drive somewhere, it takes at least an hour. I like to look at the clock and time myself and see how fast I drive. So 5:42, we leave the house. We're going on down the highway. All of a sudden, my phone just starts going off. Like, I'm starting to get Facebook messages, Facebook calls, my phone's ringing, text messages. Like, why is everybody bothering me? Like, I'm just ignoring everything. This is family time. It is family time. I can't have people bothering me. So finally, my daughter's best friend at the time, her mom called me, who stays like down the street, and she was like, Nisha, your house is on fire. And I was like, no, we just left our house. What are you talking about? So then after that, my mom is beeping in, so I answer her call, and she's like, Nisha, my house is on fire. Mind you, my mom was my neighbor, so she didn't know what house was on fire. I didn't know because I wasn't there. So I went back to my daughter's best friend's mom, and she said, was telling me which house was on fire. And I said, so which one is it? Is it the house facing the woods or the house facing the road? And she said, it's the house facing the woods. And I was like, that's my house. We just left our house. So apparently my house exploded. Yeah. So what happened was my husband cut grass that day, and he left a gas can on the porch. Sparks started from the electrical panel, which is near the back door, and he left the gas can on the back porch by the back door. Explosion. So we turn around, I'm going like 115 miles an hour down 95. I get home, there's like 7 fire trucks, cops, directing traffic, like everything. So I realized that the reason why I was told to change my shoes is because I didn't have any more shoes left. I needed to run, obviously, because as you can see right behind me right here, this is where my house used to stand. So I thought it would be fitting for me to film my first YouTube video right here. And so the road is way back that way. So I ran up the path in my wedge sneakers, got up around where those trees are right there, and just collapsed. I fell to my knees, busted out crying, just could not believe this was happening to me. I already didn't have a job, and now we don't have a house. So we ended up staying with my mom for a few months. Mother's Day rolls around. I'm almost always with my dad around or on Mother's Day because his birthday falls on or around Mother's Day. So I was talking to him, and I was like, Dad, I just can't understand what's going on. I still don't have a job. No one will hire me. People keep telling me that I'm overqualified. I'm just frustrated. I don't know what to do. And he told me, he was like, Nisha, if no door is opening for you, you need to make your own door, or you need to go find another door. So obviously we couldn't move, so I couldn't find another door. So I was like, well, I need to figure out how I can make my own door. So literally a couple nights later, I ended up having a dream about the name of my online boutique. It was just a black like room, I guess. It was just black, and the name of my company came forward to me in purple, and then the name of a vendor came towards me in green. And so I woke up at like 3 that morning, Googled the name of that vendor, and it was a real vendor. So I called them the next day, wanted to see what they did, all this type of stuff, and I let them know that I wanted to open my own online boutique, but I don't have a house, so I can't store merchandise. And they told me that they were actually testing out drop shipping. So I was the first person to test out drop shipping on their site. Now mind you, I had no laptop, no experience, all of this stuff. So I ended up building my website from my phone. I needed about $80 or so. So I got that from my husband, gave me $80. I did everything I needed to do to get started, like getting my domain and my tax numbers and all that stuff. And I hit the road running. I started, watching free webinars, doing research, looking at my competition, building my Instagram thing again, everything. So I started around I want to say it was like May 18th or so of 2017, and then I was fully done and launched July 2nd. And ever since then, I have been doing quite well. I'm not where I want to be, but I've been doing quite well. I built my Instagram up to right at 9,000 followers, but every few weeks or so I clean my Instagram because I don't want a lot of spam followers because it messes with my engagement rate. So anytime you go to my Instagram page, which is Jenks_Fashionique, and you don't see a ton of followers, it's because I keep cleaning it. So I have been nominated for several awards. I have been featured in digital magazines online. I do about 3 or 4 events a month, which is either going to include me being a vendor, or it's going to include me being a vendor and doing a fashion show, or just a fashion show. I've done events and fashion shows in Virginia. I've done quite a bit in Atlanta. I have 3 more coming up in Atlanta. Right now, today is March 14th. And I actually live in North Carolina, and I've done, of course, quite a few in North Carolina. So in September of last year, I realized that I had a lot of people asking me for advice around building an online boutique, or how to get started, how to grow Instagram, how to connect with certain people, because I've done quite a bit and networked quite a bit to get around certain people, and it has worked. It has worked. And so a lot of my managerial positions involve me training, so I know how to train people, I know how to guide people, and then of course my personality is effervescent. So I'm going to be making videos for you guys around boutiques, online boutiques. There will be a few business tips in there, but my channel will mostly be about building an online boutique, growing it, starting it, what you need to do, how to find vendors, that sort of thing. And then of course I want to sprinkle some fashion tips in there. The outfit that I have on, by the way, is from my online boutique. The wind is blowing, so I'm sorry you guys. And so like I said, I just really want to help women and I want to empower women and make you all feel good, look good, and do great in business. On my website, by the way, I call my customers Slaymates, and I do have a newsletter just for those who I help with business, and they're called Boss Slaymates. So I may be saying that in my YouTube videos just so you know what I'm talking about. So yes, you all are my boss Slaymates. I cannot wait to start making more videos. I will be posting a lot of the videos that I did on my IGTV. Some of them may not be of great quality because my phone would sometimes try to focus for whatever odd reason, but I'm going to post some of those because I did a really good job in explaining things and I don't want to remake them. So please stay tuned. Like I said, if you are interested in owning an online boutique, opening a boutique, growing your boutique, growing your Instagram, be sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on that bell so you get notifications. I will be posting twice a week. Not entirely sure what days yet, most likely Mondays and Thursdays like I said. And like I said, I cannot wait to get started on this journey, y'all. And if you all want to follow me, I will have my links in the description. My Instagram for me is at royal_aries325. My boutique is Jenks, Jenks _Fashionique. So it's FASHIONIQUE. And then if you want to find my boutique page on Facebook, that is Jenks Fashionique as well. And my website is jenksfashionique.com. If you go to the website, there'll be a part in the menu that says Boss Slaymates. You can click on that and you can get some freebies, you can get ebooks, you can get some assistance. I design websites. I have videos up there that you can purchase. Vendor list. I have a vendor list for accessories and shoes. Then I have another vendor list for clothing that sell for vendors that sell plus size and regular size. And I will be coming out with a vendor list for kids' clothes too, and men's, because I've been asked about that as well. Alright, so once again, subscribe, notification bell, come back and see me, you guys.